it's the ASMR Problems, and currently setting up the stream. We're going to be playing Kentucky Route Zero, but I have to figure everything out. So just give me one moment. Okay, I had to fix my headphones. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so the game is called Kentucky Route Zero. I just got it from the developer. He let me have a game key because I was really interested in the game. I wanted to show it to you guys, so I think it's $25 on Steam. And then there's 4 acts, and they're currently working on the 5th one, so it has quite a bit of content for what I'm seeing. So we're just going to go ahead and start in Act 1. So I love the graphics, by the way. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to play. Just want to make sure the sound's working for you guys. So a lot of the problems I have is with sound. So that's why I'm doing it live, having to change things so I can see what you guys see. And there's also a delay, so then I have to wait for my delay to catch up. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. It should be fixed now. Alright. So we have dog and a guy, highway, an old hound in a straw hat. Both have seen better days. Alright, so it's a point and click. I like the clicker. Or the pointer. It's like a game of horseshoes. A moving truck rumbles softly to itself. Painted on its side are the words Lizette's Antiques, Furniture, Glassware, Curiosities. So we have an attendant just waiting outside. Joseph sits between gas pumps in a Queen Anne armchair. His hair is gray and his glasses darkened. Damn, did you hear that wreck? Truck full of bottles. I don't know, beer bottles? Whiskey? Lost a tire or something. Spilt booze and glass all over the interstate. What a mess. I hope they don't come down here looking for anything. We blew a damn fuse and it's all shut off. Did you hear a dog? Or did I hear a dog? What's your dog's name? So we have choices. I like having choices. His name is Homer. Her name is Blue. Just some dog. I don't know his name. We're gonna go with just some dog. I don't know his name. He's been following us. Sure, we got a couple old cats that look around. Well, I bet he's a nice dog anyway. Well behaved, or he'd be after my dinner. Hey, here's some jerky for him. I made it myself. Didn't turn out too well, but I bet dog will eat it. Getting late, right? I can feel the sun on my neck. I was just a few feet from the horizon. I've been driving all evening looking for 5 Dogwood Drive. I've got a delivery to make on Dogwood, but I'd rather watch the sunset. Yeah, it's the truth. You've got to stop and breathe in that road. I bet while you're out driving you let your eyes wander up the tree line, and you just... Well, I bet you're more of a poet than old Joseph. So where is Dogwood Drive? How long have you been working here? Do you like poetry? I've been working here for a number of years. It's pretty okay. You know, I have an advanced degree in a few publications. It's pretty okay here. Listen, you and your dog wouldn't be driving up and down 65 all night. Dogwood Drive is on the other side. Well, to get there you've got to take the 0. The 0 is a tough route to find, but you can use my computer to look up directions. You have to head down to the basement and reset the circuit breaker first. I'll be happy to have those whining lights back up anyway. It's too damn quiet out here. The basement door is in the back of the office. Appreciate your help, friend. Oh, and here, take this lamp. It gets dark. Alright, so we gotta turn on the breaker. In the basement. Why do games always start out in the basement? That's a huge basement. It's taller than the building is. It's gotta have like a rocket in here or something. A dusty, rusty sign is bolted on the wall. These are the rules. 1. No open flames near the gasoline. 2. No consumption of beer or spirits on the premises. 3. In case of sudden darkness, do not panic. Relax, count backwards from 5. Strictly limit time spent in the basement to fewer than 3 minutes every hour. So you don't go crazy. There's basement people. Emily, Ben, and Bob sit in folding chairs behind a worn card table. Papers, oddly shaped dice, and highway maps cover the tabletop. Why are they just sitting in the dark? Conway clears his throat. Oh, sorry, I didn't know there was anyone down here. Did you hear something? No, sorry, I was looking at the rules again. Gets easier as you go. Look, you said you rolled a 5, right? That means you get to pick up your marker and move it anywhere on the map. So it's your turn now, right? Oh yeah, I guess so. Where'd you put that 20-sided die? I don't see it. Did you drop it? Should be easy enough to find. It glows in the dark. It glows in the dark, but we have the lights out and you can't find it. Maybe it's down here. Yeah, there we go. Game piece. Conway picks up the glowing 20-sided die and inspects it. The number 5 is facing up. It's just a small piece of plastic, but it has a reassuring, almost comforting weight. He places the object in his jacket pocket. So they're down here playing D&D in the dark with glow-in-the-dark dice. Now our glow-in-the-dark dice. Folding chairs are arranged around a worn card table. The chairs are empty and the surface of the table is bare. I think we should put it back. It's not ours. Alright, so we got it back on. I wonder if we were hallucinating those people. I didn't see that before. I'm sure it was there, I just wasn't really paying attention. So you can actually see the dog in the straw hat now. I really like the graphics. I know I already said that, but it's like it reminds me of the Iron Giant, if you ever saw that. It's like an old style. There it is. Just listen to those lights whine. Yep. Actually, just because I brought up the Iron Giant, we're going to call the dog Hogarth. Hogarth Hughes. Alright, so, well, I'd better get to those directions and head to the Zero if you don't mind. Or there were some people down in your basement playing some kind of game, but they're gone now. In the basement? No, I don't think so. Maybe that lamplight was playing tricks on you, huh? Well, strange things happen underground, especially in the dark. So, computer's in the office. You're looking for Marquez. She knows her way around these roads. She'll get you to the Zero. My password is, damn. I usually just feel it out. Muscle memory, It's kind of long. Kind of like a short poem, I think. One of those short poems that really sums it all up. You'll figure it out. Alright. Conway taps a key, waking the computer from its reverie. User Joseph. Password. Wheels slide loose, the stars drop away, I talk and listen to him talking. Wheels slide loose, the stars drop away, I talk and listen to him talking. I talk and listen to him talking. I'm willing to bet it was the other one, because they have the moon throbs. Nobody saw the accident, or it's late. You just breathe the road, the lights whine. It will only get later. Okay, so we got it right. I talk and listen to him talking. It's late. It'll only get later. How's it going in there? Figure it out? Sure you are. Messages, address book, games, exit. Let's just do games for the heck of it. Games is not real. Not that it can't find it or it's not there. It says it's not real. Message 1 is from Donald at hotmk.mail. Message 2 is from accounting at consolidated.mail. Read message 1 from Donald. Fragments dim of lovely forms. Joseph, I know it's been a while and I know you're still sore, but there's a whole world in here, and we need your help to unmask it. Yes, the caves are cold and damp, and we are old and lame. Never mind. I can't remember why I even started writing this. I miss the old days in the lab with you and old dear Lula. Maybe you found your own Xandu. Well, so have I. End of message. Alright. So I'm guessing he owes a lot of debt. So we'll read message 2. Account standing. Urgent. Dear... Is that Equus Oils? Equus Oils? This is an urgent automated message that your account is overdue by more than 14 days. In response, we have switched you to our low reliability Dirt Power Plus plan. Consider making a payment immediately to obviate the need for us to switch you to Sustained Brownhouse Select. Sincerely, your friends at the Consolidated Power Company. End of message. Alright, so he has been overdrawn for 14 days. I've done that before. Alright, so I'm guessing we're looking for an address book and then a phone number. Address book. Marquez Residence, 100 Macondo Lane. Head northeast on 65. Turn left as soon as you see that ugly tree that's always on fire. Look for the barn at the base of the mountain there. Can't miss it. I feel like I need to write this down maybe. Alright. Head northeast on 65. Turn left at the tree. I may not need it, but it's always good for these kind of games to have a paper and pen or a pencil so you can make notes. Sometimes codes, whatnot. We're going to look for the barn. Base of the mountain. Got it? Out there in Macondo somewhere, right? Yeah, that's it. Hey, look. While you're down there, I loaded that old TV of mine into your truck. I borrowed that thing from Weaver Marquez a number of years ago, and now that all the power is weird over here, I can't pick up anything but static and public access anyway. She was always more of a reader, but she'd want it back at home. It's a nice TV. Alright, let's see if we can... Sun's gone down. You and your dog better get on the road if you're going to make your delivery. Conway scratched behind the dog's ear. How's it going, old man? Or take it easy, old man. What do you think of this place? How about a treat? How about a treat? Here's some jerky from the gas station attendant. He's a bit odd, isn't he? Nah, he's alright. What do you think of this place? It's odd. I never noticed it driving by. Alright, well, let's get on the road. Conway gets back in the truck. There's more to do here. Now let's get out of here. There might have been something over here or in the back, but not that I noticed. Alright, we're going to head northeast on 65. So we're going to turn left to the burning tree. There we go. See, that's why you want to mark that. I mean, it's pretty obvious, but in this kind of game, there might be harder things down the road. Act 1, Scene 2. Marquez Farmhouse. A street lamp lights the base of a dusty path leading up the hill. Maybe we should tell him to stay here. Pretty dark out here, huh? So I guess we just head up the path here. The farmhouse is up the hill a bit. Yeah, there we go. Maybe you better stay down here where it's lit. I hope he stays. There's a graveyard. A family graveyard is set off to the side of the house, has stones and inscribed with the surnames of the unfortunate. Nowakowski, Padilla, and Marquez. This just turned into Resident Evil. I was just thinking, what a lovely house we have. Do you like it? Have you been here before? Did you happen to see an owl? No, I've never been here before. I know. It must be very strange to you. I was here when this house was built, so it's never been strange to me. There used to be another house here, but we had it destroyed, and we built this one. It was very expensive and we got quite underwater. What do you do for work? Is it too difficult for you, or do you like it very much? I was once a mathematician. Are you looking for something in particular here? I drive deliveries for a small antique shop. I believe it's hard times for a small antique shop. It's hard times everywhere, and even out here on our little farm. My parents stopped paying the bank a while back. I shouldn't even be here, but I stayed. I have some notebooks. I'm only a little bored. I might prefer to watch TV occasionally. Let's go with... Let's go with actually I have a TV here that I think belongs to you. Will you please set it up? Then I can explain to you how to get where you're going. The zero, I know. She must have talked to Joseph on the phone or something. So we can see through the walls, we can see the studs, electrical outlets, and the power going to it. This barn in the back, it's just kind of, I like the, I don't know. This is a nice game. That's not how it's supposed to look. You've made a mistake setting it up. Is it a foreign object to you? Which of your parents was it who wouldn't allow you to watch television? Ma thought she heard ghosts in the static. Dad thought it was radioactive. I know how to set up a TV. Let's go with Dad thought it was radioactive. I know about that. He was ill, wasn't he? Mentally, I mean. Kind of cautious, timid. So I wonder if this is me seeing people that aren't there again, since we saw the people playing games that weren't there. Kind of cautious, timid. Cautious? Yeah, that's a way to put it. No, things just have to be a certain way. No, just expressive. No, just expressive. You have it all backwards. I'm not surprised, are you? Are you? Have you been paying attention? I don't think you have. It's time to start paying attention now, Conway. Look closely at the television. So we actually bypassed the television, and now we're looking outside. Or is this what was on the television? Hey, wake up. You spaced out for a minute there. What do you keep out in that barn? Used to be tools and feed, then books. Now I think it's mostly spiders. That TV is picking up the wrong signal. My cousin Shannon would know more about it. She fixes TVs for a living. Well, she used to. I think the new models are giving her some trouble. So, I really need just to get to the zero. Honestly, I'm not convinced you should bother with the zero. I'd much rather you find my cousin and fix my TV. But I'll get you headed the right way. So it's pretty easy. Get back on the 65 heading north. Then take the first right after the artificial limb factory. From there, your arrival at the Zero is basically inevitable. So we're gonna go north on the 65, then take a right after the artificial limb factory. Because I'll know what that looks like. Nice to know you, Conway. Keep your eyes open, especially in the dark. So I'm not actually writing things down. I am, but I'm drawing pictures, so right now we just have an arm with a right arrow and a tree and barn. So that was a weird interaction. Maybe this is our house. I like the sounds. A disused wood-burning stove is set up in one ash-dusted corner of the room. It's cold to the touch. An abandoned spider web stretches across the bottom of a saucepan. A skillet is seasoned with dust. So obviously no one's been here for a while. And the car's gone as well. So no one's been here for a while. Let's go look at the graveyard again just to make sure we saw what we saw. Okay, so we were sent here to look for Marquez. But it looks like they're dead already. So maybe we talk to ghosts? I was seeing if there was something to explore out there. So I guess the only thing we know is real is the dog. Because the other guy saw him too. I just met the strangest lady. She kind of creeped me out, buddy. Just had a weird energy. But that's not her fault, I guess. Some folks are just like that. Conway gets back in the truck. So I don't know if the song will be copyrighted. So depending, you may or may not hear what that song is. I mean, I guess I could leave it in there anyways. It makes it monetized where it just goes to the artist, which isn't a problem for me. Okay, so that's a factory, but it's an artificial limb one. A creek runs alongside the highway and then turns towards a dirty brick building. A grinding drone from within the building is faintly audible from the interstate. Floodlights on the lawn illuminate smokestacks. At the edge of a building's parking lot, a large sign, particularly obscured by trees, reads, "Artificial Limb Factory." Okay, so I guess that's our Okay, so we were supposed to take a right there, and she said you pretty much can't miss it. So I guess let's see if I can move. Okay. So we're going back down this way. I don't really know where to go. We're gonna go this way though. Let's see where this takes us. Act 1, Scene 3. Elkhorn Valley. That's definitely a creepy area. Conway brushes some dirt off the dog's hat. Take it easy, old man. I guess that's just the natural ending conversation for the dog. Not sure the lady was right about the on-ramp to the Zero being here. I guess you just can't tell with some folks. They're liable to run you around just for kicks. Better look around though. Must be down here somewhere. Better hurry though, the weather's about to turn. I wonder if the dog will follow us all the way. Shannon speaks into a large brick cell phone held up to her ear. So now we're Shannon. That's interesting. Character switch. You can still hear the same sounds though, so I'm guessing we're in the same area. It's $200 for 2 weeks. Yeah, it kind of is an emergency. No, it's fine, I'll figure it out. That's true. I guess he can't kick me out for another week or two. But can I trust him not to change the locks? Alright, yes, and I appreciate that, but okay, you're right. Just never mind, I have to go, sorry. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Love you. Forget it. Bye. Shannon hangs up the phone and puts it away. So she was talking to maybe a family member, and she's having problems with her boyfriend, husband, brother, male figure. Excuse me, ma'am. I saw the light was on. I'm looking for the on-ramp too. Okay, so now we're talking to ourselves. Are you here to kick me off the property? Oh, no. I guess you don't belong here either, do you? Do you work for the power company? Are you just out wandering? The power company? Oh, no. I once worked for an electrician for a few weeks, but I sort of drifted on before I really learned anything. I get it. You're drunk. No, I do a pretty good job now. I keep sober. I've got a gig. Okay, so he did used to drink. Here's what it is. I drive deliveries for a shop called Lizette's Antiques, and I'm out trying to finish this job. You're making a delivery to the mine? Oh, no. I have a delivery for 5 Dogwood Drive, and I can't remember ever seeing that address before. Now, I heard I need to take a highway called the Zero. So I met this young lady named Weaver Marquez. She sent me this way, except you didn't really meet her. She wasn't there. And so here I am. Uncommon kind of place for an on-ramp, but that's what it's been like so far anyway with... What? The Zero. Is that around here? I've never heard of the damn Zero. That doesn't sound like a real highway, but I know Weaver. I've known her all my life. She's my cousin. I'm Shannon Marquez. Weaver doesn't lie. One time when we were younger, she told me my dad had been in a terrible car wreck. There was crushed metal everywhere, and we'd be hearing it echo through the house for years, she said. I was very upset, crying, and then my dad walked in the door. Just come back from a trip to the junkyard collecting scrap metal to fashion into wind chimes. Okay, so maybe she was talking to us from beyond the grave, or maybe we're already dead. I was angry, but she said it wasn't a joke, and it wasn't a lie. At the time I thought she meant it was a riddle or a puzzle. But Weaver's not a puzzle. She's a mystery. So maybe the Zero is down here somewhere. Maybe it is. Well, I won't mind the company. I've got a business down here myself. I've got business. I talked to Weaver earlier this evening, too. Or anyway, she talked to me. It's hard to tell if she's listening sometimes. Weaver told me I had to come down here to the old Elkhorn mine. She said I'd find something I've been looking for. Where'd you see Weaver? At my workshop. She just appeared. I hadn't seen her since a long time. It's not such a bad thing, you showing up now. All told, I'd rather not go down there alone. Your dog should stay up here, though. It's no place for a dog. This is an old mine, and it runs pretty deep and tangled. If we're gonna go down into it, find your on-ramp and whatever else. We've got to keep our bearings. I don't want to get turned around. I've got some gear here to measure conductivity, frequency response, stuff like that. Maybe we can find a way to put a signal out ahead, do some analysis, and figure out what kind of topology we're up against. Topology. Okay. Topology. That's the science of continuous space, my friend. The way this twisty maze of passages fits together. Alright, so now we switch back to Conway? I forgot his name. Alright, buddy, you gotta stay here. I don't want to leave him outside, though. That runs on the mine's PA system. Do you think it still works? The little light on the front of it is off. Oh, there's no power. Yeah, okay. Even when this old mine was up and running, it was tricky to keep stuff powered. You know, the miners used to have to pay just to run the fans and lights. Yeah, they got paid in those shitty plastic tokens, coal scrip, you know. And if you want to run the fans for a bit to clear the air up, well, you have to put a token in. My parents used to work here. So did Weaver's parents. I guess a lot of folks' parents worked here. Can we power it up? I bet we just have to free up some power for the PA system. Everything is rationed here. Set up that lamp of yours and I'll go unplug these ceiling lights. Fidgets with the change in his pocket, clears the throat nervously, tries to think of something clever to say. I hear the speakers back here crackle a bit. It's on now, right? Try saying something in the PA. Into the mouthpiece. Well, okay, I hear you. We need to measure the echo delay time and figure out how deep the tunnels run, just to make some noises into the mouthpiece. That's cool. How you can... Damn, that's a long delay. These tunnels run deep. I bet some of them have ruptured or joined up with a cave system. Alright, I set up my spectrum analyzer. So just say something in the mouthpiece and we can get a sense of how narrow the mine tunnels are. Don't be shy, just say anything that comes into your head. Tell me a story about something. What did you have for breakfast today? Here's a story. I used to work doing roof repair. It's weird sounds. My boss got a real big job out in Louisville. We even fixed up a church roof once. It seemed like a big project, but doable. It should have taken us an hour to get there. But then a thunderstorm hit and it was too late anyhow. But I was too hungover and we ran late. Got it. Looks like the tunnels are pretty cramped. Yeah, low ceilings. Hope you're ready to stoop a bit. You're probably used to it. One more test. We just need to know if the air is breathable, or if it's too thin or too dense. Just sit real close to the mouthpiece and breathe. I'll measure the resonance of your breath with the air in the tunnels. Just try to relax. Try to breathe naturally. I think we're going to fall asleep. That old man said to think about the road, I think. Getting some pretty strong readings here. I think we're in good shape, but keep at it for a minute. Conway breathes and relaxes as a peal of feedback and loose rock engulfs him. That's what I was afraid of. That's why I didn't want to use the PA system earlier. Act 1, Scene 4. Jesus, are you alright? What the hell? I'm okay. I've got you. You're alright. Shit, your leg's pinned. I'm gonna pull you out. We have to get you out of here. So I was kind of testing with that, if it was based on what our choices were, what we chose. So if I chose my leg was stuck, it would be stuck. And if I chose that it was okay, it was okay. But here, we can see that it doesn't matter. There you go. Okay. Are you hurt? Can you put any weight on that leg? It's all messed up. Here, let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Now let's see if this thing has power. Snow will probably be Shannon now. Well, okay, there's some luck, right? We should be able to ride this tram right out of one of the auxiliary exits. If there are any. I think there are. What about the on-ramp? We'll just find an exit, then figure out what to do from there. That's our first priority. So the controls are over on your side. Let's get moving. I have a feeling like we'll be able to see stuff. Maybe something small, something hidden, if we turn out the lights. see that? Oh, here we are. This must be hard to believe. It's hard for me to believe myself. This whole branch was underwater last I heard. So I'm sure most of you saw it, but there was a shadow there. Wherever this hanging thing was. Reminds me of a story I saw. I was just watching YouTube videos, and it was about this guy going in a tunnel. Chains were swinging while the other ones were staying still, that kind of thing. Is it safe? I guess so. Looks like they finally drained it, or maybe it just drained off on its own. The water came in pretty fast, and a lot of folks got trapped in the tunnels. I only heard parts of how it went from there. Sanitized for the bereaved, you know how these big companies are. But there was gossip too. Trapped miners couldn't get to the pumps going because the power was rationed, so they shut all the lights off. But even then it wasn't enough. So I guess it was dark when they... You lost some people down here too, didn't you? We all lost people down here. Well, not all of us, but most of us. Doesn't matter now. Look, this old turntable is still wired up. The controls are dead, but I can use my signal generator to switch tracks if the water hasn't damaged it too much. Or we can just keep heading down this tunnel. All this junk hanging up around the turntables from the company store. Just junk, you know. The miners would buy it and use it to decorate the place, or as landmarks, I guess. Hard to know which way is which down here. It's all dim and gray. We're on the track between the animal bones and the rowboat, so... Alright, so we have the pendulum and the casket, the bat feeder and the scarecrow. Or animal bones and the rowboat. I don't think it's animal bones and rowboat. Let's go with bat feeder and scarecrow. I feel like scarecrow is a little ominous. But casket, I mean, that's pretty much like, you know, someone died there or something. I don't know which way we're going. It's like a Willy Wonka boat ride. Do you hear that? Kind of a muffled rumbling. Maybe we're near the surface. Yeah, sounds like a highway. I wonder why they stopped digging so abruptly here. Maybe they had a pipe or something. So that's probably the zero. Tracks are all messed up here. This tram isn't going further. I don't know what's down that tunnel. Alright. Shannon connects the two clip leads from her signal generator to the turntable electrical panel. We're on track between the bat feeder and the scarecrow, so... Alright, looks like the pendulum and the casket. But I think by turning that way, we're actually turning between. It's like everything's in a circle, so we're not actually going between those, we're just aligned with those. So now we're going to go right. Because we're going between the scarecrow and the rowboat now. Those seem like the two things closest to civilization besides a casket and a bat feeder. I'm sure there's going to be a creepy tape player, but a dusty reel-to-reel tape player is stashed beneath the track, loaded with tape, but starved for power. It's very creepy. I know when we turn on the light, there's going to be someone there. I'm only pausing so I can pull up the chat. Alright. Hey, a cuddly panda in chat. Oh, I didn't know those were still down here. What was that? Look, there's a tape player down there, one of these old reel-to-reel setups. When this mine was active, a couple of folk music, the archivists, spent time here recording miner songs, really academic ivory tower types. None of the miners really talked to them much, so they stayed at the margins, observed, took notes, and then sometimes they'd get someone on lunch break to sing into their microphone. And I guess the power company got some kind of interest in the project and gave the archivist, that's what it is, archivist, I don't know, I think that's what it is though, some cold script tokens to pay the miners with their songs. Did your parents sing? Oh, yeah, they sang. They sang in the mine for cold script tokens. Okay, so I don't think I let it run long enough. Let's try again. I think that's it. So I thought this was a promising way, but it seems like it was kind of a dead end as well. Just to get out of it a creepy tape player, which one I knew would be creepy. Alright, so now we're going to go the other way. We only have two ways left. That's this way, and then the original down the hallway. Okay, so this is a little promising. We have a way up. Damn. almost totally intact. I thought it would have been destroyed. What is this place? It's a recording studio, basically. It's kind of thrown together, but this is where the archivists would record. And I guess then they'd sequester themselves down by the tape deck we found to listen to the recordings. Did you ever come down here? Yeah, I came down here with my parents once or twice. They used to play music here, and even when those archivists weren't around. It was a nice setup. Kind of rickety, kind of dangerous, I guess, but I don't know. Had a good energy. It was warm sometimes. Okay, so I guess the original way is the best way. Should have just gone straight forwards. I wonder if Shannon died down here. Because, I mean, we pretty much, it seems like we see ghosts. Because we saw that figure, we saw Marquez, we saw those people playing the games down in the basement. Or maybe it just has to do with the darkness. I don't know. Maybe any way we went was going to end it that way anyways. Maybe it just generates the paths as you choose them. Because this should be the last path. There's more people. The miners. I don't think we'd see this with the lights on. Thank God. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, okay. That tunnel where the tracks were broken, I'd like to take a look down there. Okay, so Conway, do whatever you need. I'll just wait for you here. If you wait for me here, I'll just go take another look around. I think I'll wait here. We've already looked down there. Thanks, I'll be right back. She's gonna disappear. A paper tag hangs from the birdcage by a string. Canary, 25 tokens. Canary is sold at the company store. Did they also sell respirators? No bones in the cage. The bird must have been set free. Or maybe the cage was cleaned. There are cardinals at the Louisville Zoo. And other birds, ostriches, eagles, emus. No canaries. Too common? Too small, maybe. But they have starlings. Starlings aren't much bigger than canaries. So, for any of those who don't know, they used to have canaries in the mine because the canaries would die if there was gas. A pile of tape reels is jammed into the top of the tram. They must have been thrown out in a rush. The reels are unlabeled. The tape is decayed. Lisette and Ira's son Charlie talked about a piece of music he liked, made with old decaying tapes. What was it called? Something about... Charlie had the most bizarre taste in music. Weird, noisy computer music. Where did he even get that stuff? Louisville, probably. Or college. He was a smart kid. Damn pity. Alright, so he's just sitting there looking around. As he's looking around, things pop up. The notebook at the top of this dusty stack is labeled in black marker. The label is dusty and smudged, but it looks like it might say horses. Houses, maybe? Or verses, even? Crude and hurried handwriting, too. Lisette has immaculate handwriting, pristine and measured cursive. Never a stray mark. For the last several months, she filled out the receipts for each order, since that young couple complained about the handwriting on the order slip. It's carbon paper. Anyway, it's bound to wear away over time. If they're so precise about their records, they should put it on the computer anyway. It's like 3 o'clock. I'm getting kind of hungry. Okay, so we can exit. But we told her we're going to wait here, so I would assume if we sit here for a little bit, she's going to come back. But maybe not. We'll give it a minute. I find it odd that she went back in there, though. Maybe she went to go get her parents' tape? I feel like that's a weird option to leave her here. Not give you an option to see her. Alright, I guess that's our only option then. Well, I'm just glad our dog's still here. The cramped shack is lined with wooden shelves. Dusty stacks of tape reels and notebooks crowd the room, but a bit of moonlight filters through the window near the ceiling. On a small desk in the middle of the room lay 3 notebooks. The red one is labeled J. Marquez, the green one is labeled R. Marquez, and the blue one is unlabeled. I really want to look at the blue one first, but I feel like that's like answers. So we're going to go red, blue, green, or I think red, blue, whatever the last color is. There she goes running. Conway opens the red notebook. The pages are covered in disorganized notes, some written horizontally and others scribbled vertically in the margins. A few pages are lined more evenly and divided up into charts, correlating seasons, lyrics, harmonies, and coal halls. Open the green notebook. On each page is a delicately rendered charcoal drawing. Most are portraits of rugged faces. Near the middle of the book, there are a few drawings of a young girl in a miner's helmet. She plays along the minecart tracks, collecting pieces of wire. In one drawing, another girl sits nearby, intently studying a book. Conway opens the blue notebook. The notebook is full of Greek letters and cryptic mathematical formulas. Near the back of the book, what first looks like it might be, oh yeah, this place. I didn't think you were coming back. Sure I was. Wouldn't I be? Most everyone else I've met tonight has just disappeared. Well, here I am, damn it. Sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm just on edge. I'll be okay once I get away from this mine. How's the leg? I can walk on it, but it's slow. I don't know what that was. Well, I'll try not to get too far ahead of you. You don't mind my hitching a ride, do you? I kinda got a lift out here and wasn't sure if, when I'd be heading back. I can drive. I can handle it. Okay, your decision. It's called Kentucky Route Zero, or Route Zero, however you want to say it. So it says, I guess I should look for another route to Dogwood Drive. But I think we need to go with I still need to find the 0. Well, it's like I told you. Weaver doesn't lie. If she sent you here to look for your on-ramp, this is where you should be looking. Or maybe you just weren't listening closely enough, and that's not exactly what she said. I saw Weaver at my workshop. That's up north, by Lake Nolan, right at Wax and Peona, in the back of the bait shop. Pretty glamorous, right? These are the times we live in. She's either up there or back at the farmhouse. Whichever you want to head to first, just let me know. Like the whole building sway. Lizette's Antiques. I guess this is your truck? Surprised? It's kind of old. No, I'm not surprised. I guess it's an antique too. I think it suits you. Old man, this is Shannon. Nice to meet you. Do you help with the driving? Maybe you can help your friend here too. Alright, let's drive. Conway doesn't want to stay any longer. Alright. Guess we can't keep going that way. I forgot where she said. Let me see. Okay. I guess we go back to the farmhouse. She'll probably know a little bit about it. Act 1, Scene 5. Marquez Farmhouse. So if we just go back and forth, will it just keep adding scenes? Hello, the Nika? I saw your chat. I just have to, if I click over to chat, for anyone else that comments as well, I can't continue to play because it'll pause the game automatically. There's nobody buried here, you know. It's decorative, I guess. Oh, it's art or something? I don't know. Oh, or it's art or something, I don't know. What are the names on the headstones? Nowakowski, Padilla. I don't know those names. Maybe the people who lived here before? I know when they brought this property, it already had a house and everything. Or maybe they just had some other symbolic meaning. Oh, and look at that headstone. Marquez. I used to think that was for my parents. Now I don't know. That's odd. I assume it was people that were in the mine who died after we went to the mine, you know. That's what I assumed the gravestones were for. I wonder if it'll change before we get in there. Like, it'll look different than last time. No, it looks the same. So, this is where she was? Yeah, it makes sense. This is where Weaver and her parents lived. They took out a bunch of loans, and had the place built. Do you have any debts? I never really had any collateral. I owe some people some apologies. Something to be said for that, I guess. My parents were like that, until the company store found a way to get to them. For my dad, it was tokens to run the fans and the air purifiers, and for my mom, it was the canaries. Two solutions to the same problem, but they sure sounded different. Weaver had a debt, too. A lot of it. All tuition. She said she was a mathematician or something. Yeah, she studies some esoteric stuff about something about using math to translate between Spanish and English. I think eventually Weaver put those math skills to work on all the red numbers in the family checkbook, and I got a clear sense of just how hopeless their situation was. So she left. I guess she drove away in the middle of the night. They woke up in the morning and the car was gone. Never came back. Until tonight. Someone else told me to come here and talk to her. She seemed really focused on that old TV. So when we looked at it, I think it was clear and working. Oh yeah, these tubes are all messed up. Looks like they've been in a swamp or a cave or something. There's moss growing on this one. That's okay, I have a few spares in my bag here. Here, I pulled this one from an old computer monitor. Just needs to be recalibrated a bit. Okay, that should be seeing something now. Are you seeing anything? A little bit to the left. Damn, okay. Here, I think the contacts are dirty. Now don't go telling my customers I clean off old vacuum tubes with spit. There, just gotta turn it north, south, and... It's really odd. So the barn turned into... highway. If you see on the right, Kentucky 0. Is he seeing like visions of the future? That was the end of Act 1. Letter. Attention, Lula Chamberlain. Reply your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture's Annual Fellowship. Received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably, we can award only one fellowship position per year. As you know, our review process includes a multi-phase blind committee analysis of portfolio submissions, as well as a careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we have established over 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norden, Architect Gaston Truss for Imagined Architecture. Below the printed text is a hastily handwritten note. Sorry for the condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Your OBT, SVT, Robert. Lula folds the letter up and puts it in her handbag. So Lula worked with... I'm really terrible with remembering names. Connor, Conrad, whatever his name was. But I know she worked with him. Lula opens a folder on her desk labeled proposals, opens a folder of writing paper on her desk. Alright, Lula sorts through documents, all printed on a fading letterhead residing Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Proposal site number 1, hospital, proposed use, auto dealership. Number 2, distillery, proposed use, graveyard. So they're wanting to turn a hospital into a dealership, a distillery into a graveyard, or a basketball court into a kennel. So I'm not sure what a reclaimed space is. Is that something that, is not in use anymore? So now they want to change it. If it's not in use, then I would like to turn it into a kennel. But if it's active, people use it. But I want to say that it's not used. So we'll go with 3. I mean, I don't want to turn a hospital into a dealership. I mean, I don't know. We'll go with 3. Basketball court abandoned due to hazardous increase in stray dog population, already full of dogs. Oh, so we can do each one. Okay. Basketball court abandoned due to hazardous increase in stray dog population, already full of dogs. I mean, having a kennel there could help them find homes, but we'll endorse it. I was going to say, if it's already full of dogs, it's going to stay full of dogs. Okay, so hospital closed due to repeated sanitation violations. Auto dealership sanitation requirements comparatively lax. Small operating rooms could be repurposed into offices. Large cubicle-style administrative offices could be repurposed into showrooms. I guess that's fine. I mean, if it's not being used, I'd rather things be repurposed. Rick clears his throat. Busy? It's not important. Buried. How are you, Rick? Buried. Yikes. Hey, Lula. Did you get my note? About the proposals? I've just finished them. Oh, great. Okay. I'll tell Diane. I think she was waiting on... I don't know. So, how did your application go? I was in the mailroom and saw you got a letter back. Okay, so this is the guy who wrote the note on the letter, it looks like. Sorry, I don't mean to pry. I just saw. It's fine, Rick. I'm not going anywhere. How's your goldfish? It's pretty sad. Okay, so this is Act 2, Scene 1, but we're not going to continue here. We're going to continue here on the next video. But, so I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. It's really interesting. I love the art style, the story. I like things that I can't guess right off the bat. A lot of games and movies, you're just like, as soon as you see it, you're like, that's what the story is. This one, it's always changing and kind of weird, so that's something I kind of like. Excuse me. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next one.